But right now, I can't afford to lose.
So I lost. And we're going to talk about our experience with our second competition, our first competition at the IBJJF. And I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the setup. As soon as we walked in there, it seemed everything was like legit. They had the tables on the side. They had the podium. Then they had T-shirts, and they had the sign-up sheet. I was looking for the sign-up place. I didn't know where to go, but I did recognize a lot of people when I walked in there. I saw Cole Abate. I saw the Mendez brothers. It was out in Costa Mesa. I know the AOJ, the Art of Jiu-Jitsu gyms over there in Costa Mesa. Unfortunately, we did not get to take any pictures, but hopefully down the line we could do that. But in preparation for this match, I was looking up my opponent. There was only one person in my bracket, and I looked him up, and he was a Judo black belt. And as soon as I looked him up, I'm like, that's not the guy. But it definitely was a guy. And it was a few days before comp, and I was thinking, okay, we're pulling guard for sure. We're pulling guard. Made that kind of like a thing that I wanted to get to as soon as we started the match. And we were able to do that. So as soon as I pulled guard, I'm like, okay, cool. We made it this far because, the first move in a match is probably one of the most important moves to make, especially if you're going against a judo player. It's very dangerous if you stay up on the feet. So I pulled guard. He tried to pass my guard. I retained it for a little bit, and then I believe I'll show you guys the clip right here. He ended up passing my guards really smoothly. I did catch an elbow to my eye, which kind of threw me off a little bit, but no excuses. He ended up passing my guard. He ended up setting up a Americana, and it was done in like 33 seconds, 35 seconds. But honestly, like for that short period of time that I was in there, I felt a lot more comfortable than I did the last tournament. Honestly, I think it's just due to the training and getting in those like intense kind of rounds. I felt like I was like, oh, I've done this before, and it kind of gave me like a mental boost, kind of like more clarity in the match. But I feel like I did make a few mistakes. One being I was trying to like set up like an inverted triangle by pushing his head. I shouldn't have done that. It was a lot of wasted movement, and I realized how fast everything goes. Like as soon as I had that, and then he was able to see opportunity, it's just go, go, go. So I do feel like getting more competition experience would help out, getting that timing right, just getting, because it's like a skill in itself. The more you get out there, the more you compete, the more you start learning and how to just adapt to things on the fly. And I appreciate all the guys that pulled up training, my family, brother, girlfriend, and the guys at the gym, Anthony and Aaron. They also tuned in to support, and I appreciate it very much. Unfortunately, I would like to get a win. Of course, anybody out there competing would like to get a win, but I do feel like the more we compete, the more we'll be able to showcase our skills and just show where all the time's going. Because I really want to be able to feel comfortable out there and have fun, but at the same time, I have to stay focused. And it was a fun experience. Hopefully, we can get a few more in during this year. Also got a medal though, since it was I was the only other person in there, so we placed second. So we have a medal. Can't complain. It's actually really high quality. My brother was talking about it. Like it's really nice. I like the logo right here on the back. So these are the opens, so anybody could really sign up. And it's a good place where people could just jump in and learn. Something I didn't expect was just kind of the intensity and the speed of everything, especially for my first competition. That was like 5 months ago. And I was just shocked by the speed, because the adrenaline kicks in. You get nervous, you start thinking. And it's like, I don't know, it feels like you're in like the Matrix low key, because it's like anything could really happen, and you have to adapt. And if you set things up correctly, you're able to kind of showcase what you've been working on. So that's something I kind of felt during the match. But besides that, we're just gonna get back to training like anything else. You win, go back to training. You lose, go back to training. And I feel like having that mindset would definitely help out anybody kind of dealing, because I know a lot of people competed. Like on Saturdays, a lot of people go compete, and if you're competing for the first time, it's just like you're dipping your toe into water that's new. You want to make sure that you're getting acclimated to kind of the environment, and we're still trying to figure it out. That was the first tournament as a blue belt, and I know blue belts kind of like varies, because a lot of people train at different times and in their lives and stuff. So it's cool to be able to share this experience with you guys, and hopefully we could get some more in later this year. I do want to touch on the fact that I did feel more comfortable the second time around compared to the first. The first one, it was like I was in shock, bro, because I was dealing with. I think I got mounted, or I was put in side control, and I've never felt so heavy, like the control to be so heavy before. I was like pushing, it wasn't going anywhere, and even when I got put in positions, like once he passed my guard and he went into to set up the Americana, I still wasn't like worried. I feel like it has to do a lot with your mental attitude and how you see things and trying to stay calm while you're in there. That's something I noticed. But at the same time, you have to make sure that you're doing everything you can. You can't really leave anything on the table because everything is so fast paced. So if you guys are interested in competing, or if you guys are competed one time and you guys are like iffy about competing the second time, it honestly feels a little easier getting in there. Now I was nervous like a few like 4 days out, and I didn't mention it on the way to the training sessions, but I did realize he was a judo black belt, and I wasn't really trying to play into my opponent too much. I feel like it could be distracting, especially if you look up your opponent's records or you see his Instagram, you get scared. But really, it's like people just post their highlights. Like I could post highlights from the gym and post them, and you could see that there's everybody just posts their highlights on social media. So don't be afraid. Do your best and get out there. So don't be scared, man. We'll be back. Trust me. And yeah, hope you guys have fun out there. Thank you guys for watching. We out. Peace.